Good morning, everybody. Movie Hunters in the house. Martinez Joe, Sev, Noah, Ollie, John Hine. Off the Shelf Movie Night. That's a new name. What's going on? Movie Hunters grabbing a coffee. Aubrey's in the house. Joey Baseball's here. Sev, I'm doing good. Joey Baseball, I'm drinking the Mocha Double Shot Energy. I'm hooked on them. They're delicious. It's a mocha coffee drink from the Starbucks. Plat X2's in the house. What's going on, Jonathan? Joey Hockey Puck's here. Joey Hockey Puck, what's going on? Patreon of Megapodtastic. Speaking of Megapodtastic, great segue, Rick. So if you guys did not see, Crazy Joe Megapodtastic uploaded a video of a conversation him and I had last week. It was very good. I was really happy with how that conversation went. So do yourselves a favor, check that out when you get time. It was a very fun um, talk. And then also, I did the Megapodtastic podcast with Joe and Jacob Tuesday night. It was I want to say it's probably one of the longest ones that they've done since they rebooted it. Joe, am I correct? I feel like it went like an hour and a half, and usually it's like an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. So, what do we got here? Blu-ray snobs in the house. I love those mochas. They're good. Aubrey says, I really like how you're picking movies from a hat. Lots of fun. It's funny you mentioned that, Aubrey. At the end of the podcast, the live stream. Oh, we'll be picking the movie out of the hat. The first movie we watched today. So yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to keep doing. Um, I already have a list of like 20 plus movies to add to the hat for the following week when I don't have RJ. Yeah, the podcast is 90 minutes, and I thought it was, a lot of fun. Um, Joe, Jacob, and I talked about all sorts of fun stuff. So stay tuned. Movie Hunter's back. Joey Football says the whole hat thing is a scam. Definitely not a scam. Um, Blu-ray Snob says, did they trade Carson Wentz? I'm confused. No, they didn't trade him. Not that I've heard. I'm pretty sure my phone would have been filled with that. J2H says podcast was a blast. I agree. It was a lot of fun. Aubrey says at Megapodtastic, I'm having trouble getting the podcast to work on the Alexa. Martinez Joe says the app I use to catalog my titles has a pick at random button to do the same. That's not a bad idea. Kyle says, hey Rick, saw your chat with Crazy Joe. J2H says Joey Hockey Puck is greater than Joey Baseball. Joey Hockey Puck also says more people should Patreon Crazy Joe. He's been posting some good exclusive content for members. I agree. I think you know, I think The video's fun that Jacob, Joe, and I did. It has the before and after of the podcast that we recorded. It has an uncensored chat with Wet Movie One. Andrew's in the house. What's going on? Brandon watched Trash this morning. He said decent movie. Yeah. Joe and Marie sent that to me from a Dollar Tree sale. I want to say the last one. Um, and I have to watch that at some point for sure. Aubrey says, "What's your favorite movie from The Hat you've watched so far?" It would actually be the movie we watched last night. We watched Guns Akimbo, and it was fantastic. I cannot recommend it enough. So entertaining. It was like a mesh of like five different movies all together, starring Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving. It was fantastic. J2H says, at Martinez Joe, I'm pretty sure you could throw a dart in your room and hit a title you haven't seen. Joey Baseball says, Jacob, you're dead to me. Movie Hunter says, can't wait to hear your review of Cocktail. We can talk about that in a little bit. Jay Jarvis is in the house. Podtastic. It is fantastic. I'm actually, like, it's a movie that was sent to me by Lionsgate to review. And I will be going to find a physical copy of it. I actually almost ordered it last night on Amazon. I have some gift cards for Walmart and Target, so maybe I'll use that. Has anyone seen the teaser trailer of the movie update? No, I'm not familiar with that. Noah says I stopped watching Revenge of the Sith for this live stream. First time watching Star Wars prequels. Aubrey says your thoughts on Changeling. We'll talk about that in a minute, Aubrey. I just kind of let everybody get settled in, and we'll talk about some of the stuff I watched the last day. Even though I'll be recording a review video this weekend, I'm still like 3 or 4 weeks behind. So Kyle says I'm ready for No Time to Die. You still got to wait till November. Oh no, I'll have to look into that. I was not familiar with it. What's it called again? Movie Hunter. Ooh, My Spy's on Amazon Prime now. Oh, I got. I need a piece of paper and a pen so I can make notes. Hold on a second. I don't want to forget some of this stuff. Give me a second. I'm sure you guys enjoy that view. I'm rocking the CM Punk shirt today. All right. All right. Movie Hunter, what's that movie called that's coming out? I'm going to write My Spy. That'll get added to the hat. My Spy on Amazon Prime. Now Noah's saying it's not on Amazon Prime. All right. What do we got here? Brandon says, do you and Dave do something to get gift cards like a review app? No, Brandon. I actually, my most recent, RJ wanted a Lego set. He had 2 gift cards, and I have the Target red card, so I saved 5%. So I just used my red card to buy it. So I kept the 3 gift cards he had, which totals like, I want to say like $25. But then I had a gift card that I got from Christmas that has $100 on it. So the movie update movie. So I mean, I've used it a couple times, but I probably still have like $75 in gift cards from Target. For Walmart, I think I only have $9.75 in gift cards. I'll have to look into that. All right. What the heck? So My Spy isn't available on Amazon Prime yet. It's in the UK. Well, that's a bummer. Do you watch Ms. and Mrs.? I do. I do watch it. It's fun. It's good old garbage TV. This is not a new shirt, by the way. It's a CM Punk shirt from Jacob. When's this from? Like 2012? It was when he showed up to Money in the Bank, and then he showed up. The back of it says the best in the world. I have not seen Arctic with Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah, July 11th. So I've had this shirt 9 years because I got this right away when he came out. Now they did two different ones. The one had Chicago written on the back, and it was only available at a pay per view. The Money in the Bank pay per view. This was the regular WWE shop. You can't see the back of me, but it says the best in the world. Yeah, it'll be interesting with there's some interesting stuff coming to streaming services the next couple weeks. The other day, the the Lodge came out on Hulu the same day it was released on Blu-ray and physical, so that'll be added to the hat next time. Oh, super chat from Bradshaw Studio, $5. You should look at The Great Dictator, a Charlie Chaplin movie. I will thank you for your super chat first and foremost. I'll have to look into that because I don't own any Charlie Chaplin stuff, so I will look into obtaining that. But thank you very much, Bradshaw, for the super chat. Um, Somebody said something about Hercules live action. Yeah, well, it's like I somebody commented on my recent review video where I go off on Lion King. Disney, what they did is they front loaded all their massive franchises. So Aladdin, Lion King, the really big one, Beauty and the Beast, Mermaid hasn't been made yet, but that's the other big one. Now they're going to have smaller movies. So you're looking at stuff like, Mulan, Robin Hood, like stuff that's been remade before. I think you're going to see a massive drop off in the box office of the Disney live actions, which will hopefully make them be Disney Plus only, like Lady and the Tramp. But that's where I think that's going to go. Little Mermaid will be a massive film because Little Mermaid was one of the biggest Disney movies. And I don't see them making like Toy Story into a live action movie, although it's Disney, so they probably will. My beard looks insane. Like, look at this thing. Hold on. Like, wow. I look like some horror movie character. What do you guys think? Like, that's nuts. Somebody said that they thought Zack and Miri and Jersey Girl were very underrated Kevin Smith movies. I totally agree. It's been a while since I've seen Jersey Girl. I want to revisit it. Also love Zach and Miri make a porno. I thought it was very funny and well done. Um, Khaleesi's meowing away. Joey Baseball says, I heard going forward, movies are going to be made where everyone except the cast on set. Okay. Thoughts on Jumanji 2? Are we talking about Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle or Jumanji Next Level, Rice? Make it Podtastic. If any Pixar film would be made into live action, it would probably be Brave because it's a princess movie, and that would be one that doesn't make a lot of money, in my opinion. Favorite A24 movie? Probably Uncut Gems off the top of my head. I actually, if you go on my letterboxd, I ranked all the A24 movies I've seen, so check that out. Martinez Joe says I look like Hillbilly Jim when I was doing that with my beard. You have the Jersey Girl Blu-ray, so jealous. Yeah, it was either a birthday present or a Christmas present from my girlfriend. It's been something I was looking for a while, and she got it for me. I hope Disney comes out with more original movies like Onward and Inside Out. I do too. Stuff like Soul looks really good. I'd like to see more like that. Both. Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, I loved. Jumanji Next Level, I did not really care for. I thought it was mediocre, in my opinion. Um, I got really tired of them acting like Danny Glover and Danny DeVito, and I thought it got very annoying and repetitive, and the humor was not good, in my opinion. James says, Rick, what Disney cartoon do you think desperately needs a DVD release? Off the top of my head, I don't know. I disagree, Joe. Joe says any live action princess movie will make a killing at the box office. Nope. When there's a level when you have Belle and Jasmine and Ariel, and then there's a major drop off when you talk about like Brave and Mulan. You're going to notice Mulan's a little different because overseas it will make a lot of money, but in the U.S. it's not going to make nearly as much money as Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, all that kind of stuff. So, um, Killing of a Sacred Deer is an excellent film for sure. Um, you only disagree because you don't have a daughter. I disagree because I don't think those movies would be successful. I, I mean, they would make money. Like, don't get me wrong, they're going to make money, but they're not going to be as successful as stuff on like Aladdin and Lion King and Beauty and the Beast. It's two different things. It's look at the box office for the original movies. Like Lion King, the animated, and Aladdin are two of the highest grossing animated movies, and Beauty and the Beast, highest grossing animated movies of all time. Some of them, and that was 30 years ago. Stuff like Brave and Mulan is not going to hold a candle to those movies box office wise. Not even close. And then he said something about Jumanji too. What do you say about Jumanji? Yeah, Joe Light's Next Level better than Welcome to the Jungle. For me, I disagree personally. Sorry, I'm writing a note here. I ranked them Welcome to the Jungle, the original Jumanji, and then a few steps down, and then Next Level. Kyle says Scoob comes to digital soon. Yep, next week, I believe. It's all about cost. How much you spend to make the movie dictates profit margin. I, Mulan in the U.S. wouldn't make the money you guys think. Even if stuff didn't go down, it would have done huge overseas in China and everything, but not in the U.S. Maybe they should just come up with original ideas and stop doing rehashes. It's ridiculous. If you watch movies, The Lion King, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, they're all unnecessary. The only one that has done anything different is Dumbo. And the only reason people don't harp on the Jungle Book is because it was so well done and entertaining. Like Aladdin and Lion King and Beauty and the Beast all were unnecessary. They extended a runtime of a movie 30 to 40 minutes and they added nothing. They took away the heart from the original movies. It was ridiculous. Original movies don't make money. See, I disagree, Joe. Like, if it's a good original movie, it's going to get word of mouth and it's going to be something that people support. It's not going to make billions of dollars, but it could start a franchise if it's. I mean, Fast and Furious is an original franchise. It's not based on a book, but they've just beaten it to death. And somebody asked how long I think it'll go. I think we have at least Fast and Furious 9 and 10, and they'll probably be over, but there'll probably be spin-offs. I don't think all movies are unnecessary. That's such a. I don't know. I don't know if that's an argument I want to get into. Ollie says the only live action movies I didn't like were Dumbo and The Lion King. See, I disagree. I thought Dumbo was something that added to the story. It was a totally different point than the original movie. It was a different take on the film, and I thought it was very entertaining. I thought it looked great. I thought it was very well done. I missed the theater, says Haji Simpson. It's been closed 2 months and had to have it. Yeah, I was going to movies every week, maybe twice a week. It's been almost 2 months for us too. Uh, yeah, but Wrinkle in Time was it was poorly advertised. I don't know. Off the Shelf says I disagree too. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy, very small comic fan base, basically original IP. And in my opinion, Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2 are two of the best Marvel movies that we've gotten. Probably both in my top five if I rank the MCU. R-rated comedies do well at the box office. Yes and no. I mean, the last time we got a really big R-rated comedy, off the top of my head, would be like what, Bridesmaids, maybe. Like, there hasn't been a lot of R-rated comedies that have done 100 million in the box office since Bridesmaids, since The Hangovers. Um, even stuff like Superbad and Knocked Up was did well, but them being successful is a lot different than a Disney film being successful because an R rated comedy might only cost, like Good Boys was a good movie. It did decent at theaters, but it didn't cost a lot to get made. So it's all relative on success when you're talking about that. Somebody said, which do I like better, the live action Aladdin or hold on. Live action Aladdin or live action Lion King? Aladdin for me because I love the Aladdin animated movie, but they both made me so angry with what they did to the originals that I didn't love them. I didn't say Guardians was original, Joe. I'm saying that it's coming from I didn't even say it. Somebody else said that it was coming from a comic book that had a cult following. It wasn't a massive title. It wasn't Iron Man. It wasn't Spider Man. It wasn't DC movie like Batman or Superman. It was a very small niche comic. Is Deadpool considered? You see, Deadpool's tough because yes, it's an R-rated comedy, but it's an R-rated action. Plus, it's a comic book movie. Ted was probably Ted was a very successful R-rated movie. I felt like that came out around the same time as Bridesmaids, maybe a year or two after. Do you think Suicide Squad will be rated R? Possibly. Um, do I want it to be? Yes. Does Crazy Joe want it to be? No. Um, but I think that Suicide Squad will be R rated. Jacob, what movie are you talking about? You said plus it doesn't need to be rated. It didn't need to be rated R to be successful. Jesse says Hangover was yes. Hangover, the trilogy was successful. The second and third movie weren't fair. I disagree. Deadpool would not be anywhere close to as successful if it wasn't rated R. If that was a PG-13 movie, the second one would not have made money. It would have. We would definitely not have a Deadpool 3, or be getting a Deadpool 3 if it was a PG-13 franchise. Or maybe we would get it because it's Disney, but it would not be good. Um, Joe says WB's on crack if they give Suicide Squad an R rating. I disagree. Sav says, what did you think of the 90s Spawn movie? Never saw it. Joe says Deadpool would have made more money if it was rated PG-13. Disagree. I disagree. John Hines says Neighbors made 150 million in 2014. Yeah, Joe, more people can see it, but your Deadpool was such a word of mouth movie. I went and saw Deadpool opening weekend, and I couldn't tell enough people about how like gritty and funny and yeah, it would have reached, it could have appealed to a larger audience, but a ton. I mean, Deadpool is one of the most successful R-rated movies of all time, and I just think that people wouldn't have gone to see Deadpool 2 if it was watered down. The audience that saw it over and over with their buddies, the college crowd, I just see. I heard Once Upon a Deadpool's not very good. Somebody said Jacob said I should see it. I I don't I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it at some point in time. I think I own it. I don't. Do I own it? No, I don't even own it. So I don't know. I think one of the biggest things for Deadpool was the fact it was rated R. It made it different. It made it stand out. You're comparing a Disney film to a Fox film, Joe. You're not comparing apples to apples. Why don't we compare Deadpool to X Men? Compare apples to apples. Don't compare Deadpool to a. Don't compare Deadpool to a Disney MCU movie. Compare it to a Fox movie. Compare it to the X Men movies. I'll wait. They were rated PG-13. I'll sit here. I have nowhere to go right now. Compare it to the X Men movies. Compare it to Dark Phoenix, which you love so much. You can't compare it to Logan. That's R rated. That goes against Joe's argument. But if you compare Deadpool and Logan to the X Men movies, see which is more successful. Yes, it is an accurate comparison because it's a Fox movie. You can't compare it to the MCU. Compare it to PG-13 X-Men movies. Movie Hunter, I'll let you know. I feel like I have a digital, or for some reason, I'll let you know. If I don't have it, I would take you up on that because I don't think I want to buy it. X-Men hasn't had a hit since 2014. Okay, so adjust it for inflation. Adjust First Class for inflation. When did Deadpool come out? 2016? Like you act like it's 12 years difference. It's 2 years. Come on. Like you want to compare it with a totally different franchise. Like it's did Deadpool make more than Aquaman? That was such a fantastic movie, right, Joe? Man, you guys are getting me irritated today. I'm getting uppity. Mad Apple, what's going on? Just says ordered the Exorcist Steelbook from Best Buy. I'm stoked. Why would we compare Die Hard to Deadpool, Kyle? How much did Deadpool make, Joe? Crazy Joe would have been proud of the barbecue I just did. Marie asked, Marie, I'm sorry, can you resend your question? Off the Shelf says, in a sea of PG family focused superhero movies, the R rated one for adults stood out and felt fresh. It was a brilliant move by Fox. Would you rather rewatch The Turning or Like a Boss? Um, oof. It's my understanding the Turning Blu-ray has an alternate ending, and since the ending of the Turning made absolutely no sense and didn't solve anything that happened in the movie, I guess I would rather watch the I'd rather watch the alternate ending, The Turning, but I really wouldn't want to watch either of those movies as they were both horrible. Marie, what was your Bambi question? And then I pulled a little bit extra today for the movie discussion portion of the live stream since we're not talking new releases today. Although I didn't think I'd get in a shouting match for 20 minutes of about Deadpool and R ratings and live action Disney. So somebody said the end of The Turning was awful. I totally agree. All of a sudden, everybody stopped talking. Marie, what was your question about Bambi? I'm sorry I missed it. I can try to let me scroll through. Maurice, oh, here we go. Marie said, just want your thoughts on one more live action, Bambi. I'd like to see it. I haven't seen all the live actions. I like, I think the action's better. Do you want to see a live action Bambi? I honestly don't want to see any more. I don't want to see live action Disney movies. I'm really to the point now where I don't think it'll be tough for me to sit and support any of these live action movies. Like the live action Lion King I watched, it's live action, it's computer generated. Um, I sold it. I sold it yesterday to Physical Media Man. Spoiler alert for an upcoming video of his. Um, I, 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 I will never rewatch it again. I feel like it really shouldn't have been made. If you want to watch The Lion King, watch the animated version. The live action just took away the heart. The singing didn't feel flat. And me, I love Donald Glover. So Jacob will tell you, if I were going to support a Disney live action movie, it would be The Lion King because Donald Glover's in it, Seth Rogen's in it, and Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner were great, but they didn't make me say, "Oh, this is so much better than the animated one." I don't know. Somebody said I want to see the Brave Little Toaster with real toasters and vacuums. Off the shelf asked, "What was the last movie you saw in theaters?" Mine was The Hunt. Yeah, that was the last one I saw as well. Um, Movie Hunter. We'll talk about Cocktail in a second, and then we're gonna dive in. Haji Simpson says, "Have you seen Shock Treatment, the sequel to Rocky Horror?" I have never seen it actually. I did not know for the longest time that that was a sequel, so I never saw it. And I love Rocky Horror Picture Show. Um, Blu-ray Snob says Resident Evil or Underworld. Resident Evil for sure. I still need to marathon all the Resident Evil movies. I don't think I've seen the last two. I have all of them, but I haven't seen the last couple. Martinez Joe says, like the live action over the animated since not nostalgic to me. I had to watch all the others, so really want to be. John Hines says, give some thumbs ups, guys. Yeah, we have 9 thumbs ups, 36 people watching. We were up to like 43 people watching, and then I went off on a rant, and everybody left because I guess I scared them. Uh, Somebody says, do they refund you if you have a monthly movie pass? They stopped billing me as soon as theaters closed for the monthly movie pass. So, have you heard of Shakes the Clown? I just picked it up at Dollar Tree. I have. It's Bobcat Goldthwait. Do it. G. Jarvis says, I still got to Bad Boys for Life. No time. No Time to Die and Quiet Place 2 never came out anywhere. Oh, I still got to see. Yeah, no place to Jake was pushing my buttons. Yeah, Quiet Place 2 and No Time to Die never came out. Bad Boys for Life's on physical. Harley Quinn comes out next week. The Hunt comes out in June. Uh, Movie Hunter says it's all Aubrey's fault. Note to self: never mention Deadpool. You can mention Deadpool. I love Deadpool. Scream 5 news: Nev Campbell returning alongside David Arquette. I watched the Police Academy sequels and found Bobcat to be unfunny and just annoying. So Cocktail was a fun watch. It came out in '88, so I was 4 when it came out. I've never seen it before. Um, it was fun. Great soundtrack in the movie. Tom Cruise is really good in it. It felt like very all over the place. There was a love story. There was a friendship, like two guys who become friends and bartenders. What do I want to say? It was fun. It will make the shelf. I'm not going to get rid of it. Changeling, which somebody asked about, looked beautiful. If you guys don't know what Changeling is, it is written, directed, and stars Seth Green. It also has um, Breckin Meyer in it. It has um, Macaulay Culkin's in it, Randy Orton, the rest in it. It was a good movie. It's only like 80 minutes. Basically talks about a guy who's in a relationship and he's worried his marriage is going to end. And he's supposed to go on vacation, surprise his wife for their 1 year anniversary. And, it's good. It's not anything fantastic. Like, if I had bought it, I'd be selling it. It's not something I necessarily need to rewatch, but it looks really good. It was well shot. It was entertaining for what it was. But then the all star of the day yesterday was Guns Akimbo. Like I said, it stars Daniel Radcliffe and Samara Weaving. If you guys don't know who Samara Weaving is, she's in Ready or Not. She was in The Babysitter. Um, she's been in other stuff. I'm told she was in Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. But the movie feels like a cross between Dread, Nerve, Crank, Hardcore Henry. It was so much fun. Like I said, I got a digital code of it from Lionsgate. I will be trying to lock it down on Blu-ray now to get a physical copy. It was awesome. Definitely, it's in my top 5 right now of 2020, which that doesn't say much because there hasn't been a ton of movies out in 2020, and I still have to watch a bunch of 2020 stuff on top of that. So, what have you guys been saying? Joe says, "Are you going to dive into more horror, more? Since I feel like you're watching more, not buying but streaming more." Not mainstream films. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that I do want to see um, in horror, but it all depends what it is. There's stuff I want to watch. Um, it all depends what it is, though. Marie says I watched Durant Cinema's recent vid, saw a neat La La Land slip. Thought of you. I'll have to check it out and see what the slip is. Uh, John Hines says 3.5 or 4 stars for Guns Akimbo. I give it a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed it a lot. Samara Weaving is like the doppelganger of Margot Robbie. I totally agree. I think they look incredibly, incredibly similar. Um, Off the shelf movie night says going to have to cold buy Guns Akimbo. Sounds great. Yeah, definitely. definitely a very fun watch. Like I said, I think it's rewatchable. It's very violent. It's very profanity laced, profane filled, whatever you guys want to call it. Um, Draker says, I think Onward is my favorite movie of 2020. It's in my top three. It is in my top three of the year for sure. Um, so yeah, man, I keep losing people. Are you guys bored of me? Are you sick of Rick live streams? Is that what we're getting at? Do you guys is too much Rick? Put that over here. Martinez Joe says spoiler bought guns akimbo from Bull Moose. I bid on it last night on eBay but got outbid, so if you think Samara Weaving looks like Margot Robbie, then look at Emma Mackey. They almost look identical. Oh, I don't even know who it is. I'll have to check that out. Matt Apple says, we love you, 5 stars. J2H pushing the buttons. Less Rick, more Khaleesi. All right, guys. Well, we got 25 movies here I pulled from the shelves, so we'll dive in. We'll continue with the American movies as we finished up the last video with American History X. The first movie, an all-star cast, got nominated for a boatload of Academy Awards. I don't think it won many at all, but it is a David O. Russell movie. Excuse me. There's a David O. Russell. What did I watch him in? He's a director. He directed Silver Linings Playbook, which I just watched recently. So the movie's American Hustle. If you look and you're familiar with David O. Russell's movies, like Joy, you'll see he uses the same cast. You got Bradley Cooper, Amy Adams, Christian Bale, Jeremy Renner, and Jennifer Lawrence. I really remember enjoying this movie, but I have not seen it since it like initially came out on Blu-ray. So I probably haven't seen it since like 2014. I remember really enjoying it though. I mean, with this cast, it's really hard not to like this movie. Um, Jennifer Lawrence is one of my favorite actresses. Bradley Cooper, a consistently very good actor who I really like and stuff. I'm trying to figure out why my think. There we go. Amy Adams is great in it. Christian Bale is great in it. Jeremy Renner, I remember being okay. What are you guys saying? Don't meddle in the space oven. Very true. Me in Massachusetts, Joe says. Jacob says, is it just me or is this movie always compared to Wolf of Wall Street? They came out around the same time, but I don't think they're similar movies in my opinion. Draker says, I didn't love the first time I watched, but the second time I really enjoyed. 9 out of 10 for me. Brandon says, I quit because I lost power. I'm trying to get the electric company out here. Did you guys hear? I don't know if anybody's heard this. They're calling for snow in Pennsylvania on Friday. I was in Khaleesi's way. They're calling for snow in Pennsylvania Friday, which is unheard of in May. Like I don't think it's ever snowed after April 20 something in Pennsylvania. So Blu-ray Snob says Jennifer Lawrence is my favorite actress too. Amy Adams super underrated, always great. Not always great. I just recently watched Man of Steel and I don't think Amy Adams was great in it, but she's really good a lot of the times and she is underrated for sure. Yep, calling for snow. Not where we live, but in like northwestern Pennsylvania. The part of Pennsylvania that as of tomorrow is in the yellow level and can go back to work to an extent and can move about a little more freely with everything going on. I'm in the that's northwest. I'm in the southeast quadrant of Pennsylvania where it's all red still and probably will be red for a little while. Are you just going to keep walking back and forth? Hey, is that what you're going to do? Why don't you say hi to everybody? Come here. Here. Say hi. Everybody saying hi to you. Yeah. Hi. 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 I'm Khaleesi. I'm Khaleesi. I'm Khaleesi the cat. That's all she wanted. She needed her screen time. J2H says Khaleesi already has more YouTube time than BBG, and she's moreover. She's watching herself on TV now. She's sitting in front of the TV. So, next up, American Made. Thought this movie was fantastic. Very underrated, in my opinion. Not a movie that got a ton of attention when it was out. This will make Blu-ray Snob feel better because it has the slipcover. So I'm trying to remember. Besides Tom Cruise, um, you have Caleb Landry Jones from Get Out, Domhnall Gleeson, who I love most of the times he's in a movie. Sarah Wright Olsen, who plays Tom Cruise's love interest in the movie, and Jesse Plemons. Thought this was an awesome movie about based on a true story. Basically about a pilot who starts helping smuggle drugs, and he's playing both sides of the coin. Sounds like you guys have more for you. American Made, love that film. Kind of wish it ended differently, but it is what it is. So fantastic. I haven't seen it. Marie says own it, but I haven't watched it yet. Watched it in the cinemas. It was all right. Second half was kind of boring. I really liked it. I thought it was a fun movie. I love based on true story stuff. I really am a Tom Cruise fan. There's not much Tom Cruise has done in his career that I've really hated. Even something like The Mummy, I didn't necessarily hate. It just wasn't very good. It was kind of a bummer. But so much of what he's done, The Color of Money, I just watched Eyes Wide Shut. Um, why am I blanking? The Mission Impossible films, Jerry Maguire. He's just done so many good things, and he chooses his roles fairly well. Top Gun. I'm going to be putting All the Right Moves in my hat, which you guys all um, raved about when I talked about not seeing it in the last live stream. Joey Baseball says, "What about when Tom Cruise was jumping on Oprah's couch? That wasn't a movie last time I checked." Crazy Joe says Tom Cruise gets a bad rap because of his weird religion. Yeah, but he makes great movies. Rain Man. But yeah, I mean, Tom Cruise is very consistent. He does very well choosing his projects. Although the rumor is supposedly he is going to be making a movie in outer space, which is interesting. Jack Reacher. I've never seen the second Jack Reacher, but I enjoyed the first one. I got this, man. I cannot wait to go get my beard trimmed and haircut when things are back to normal. Jake's in the house. J2H says, I couldn't tell you one of Tom Cruise's movies I've watched. That's crazy, bro. I'm telling you, if you look back at his career, he is very consistent. Him and Edward Norton are two like that come to my mind, and Tom Cruise has been in movies for 40 years. That's not what they're saying, Joey. I'm sure you'll believe it. You'll say it's a scam, even if they shoot it in outer space. But American Made, definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. Next up is a flick I haven't seen. It's been on my watch list for a few years now. It came out in 2016. American Pastoral or Pastoral. I believe it's Pastoral. So you got Jennifer Connelly, Ewan McGregor, Dakota Fanning in this one. I just remember seeing the trailers back in the day, and it looked really interesting. Definitely something I need to check out at some point. I forget where I got this, but I know I got it fairly cheap. This is it says Blu-ray and digital HD, but this is the Blu-ray DVD combo, which is weird because usually it would say DVD up there too. Jake Gyllenhaal is another one who chooses excellent projects. Vanilla Sky is actually a Tom Cruise movie I have not seen. I looked for that the other day after Eyes Wide Shut, but do not own it. So I'll have to see if that's on Blu-ray and try to hammer that down for cheap. Movie Hunter says never heard of it. Joe Martinez has never heard of it. 2016, guys, rated R. I'll read the synopsis. You Ewan McGregor directs and stars alongside Jennifer Connelly and Dakota Fanning in this acclaimed film adapted from Philip Roth's Pulitzer Prize winning novel. Seymour Swede Levove, played by Ewan McGregor, a once legendary high school athlete, is a successful businessman married to an ex beauty queen, Dawn, played by Jennifer Connelly. When Swede and Dawn's daughter, Dakota Fanning, disappears after being accused of a violent crime, Swede's perfect life is broken forever and he is left to make sense out of the chaos. What do we got here? Megapodtastic says, I can assure you Vanilla Sky is on Blu-ray. I own it, so I'll have to try to find that. Sav says, everything Joey Baseball says is a scam. Joey Baseball says, Tom Cruise did Lambs and Lions, though. So one movie out of like 25 that we've listed. J2H says, I lied. I just checked Letterboxd. I've seen Vanilla Sky, Tropic Thunder, Collateral, and The Outsiders. I've actually only seen half of those. I've only seen Collateral, Tropic Thunder. I've never seen Vanilla Sky. I haven't seen The Outsiders. Crazy Joe says Mission Impossible 1 and 2 suck. From 3 on out, they're great and just get better. I don't hate any Mission Impossible movie, come to think of it. I definitely agree with them getting better as they go on. The last couple have been amazing. J2H says, I've seen Rock of Ages, unfortunately. Rock of Ages wasn't the greatest. War of the Worlds is a horrible Steven Spielberg movie. Disagree, Joey. I thought that was great. Once again, Tom Cruise. So, American Pastoral. Need to watch this one at some point. People are yelling at me that I've never seen The Outsiders. This is a fun set. The American Pie 4-movie collection featuring American Pie 2, American Wedding, and American Reunion. So funny, this was on TV the other day, and we were watching it, and Bridget and I did not remember anything about that movie at all. We watched it for like maybe 20 minutes. It was on TV. People are in an uproar that I haven't seen The Outsiders. I apologize. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, American Pie 2 is Kevin from The Office's favorite movie. So yeah, I really love these movies. I remember when the first one came out, I wasn't allowed to see it, but I saw it. Don't tell anybody. But I remember really enjoying these. I remember really loving American Pie 2 as well. I don't remember much about American Wedding and American Reunion, to be totally honest. Somebody says American Reunion is a cash grab. Well, based on how successful the straight to DVD American Pie movies were when they came out on DVD, that's why they got the cast back together to do Reunion, and they ended up making a boatload of money, but I just don't remember much about it at all. Has the slipcover. Like I said, it's a cool 4-movie set, which is nice because I had them all individually. Took up way too much room, and now I have it all in one case. Megapodtastic says American Reunion wasn't made by the same filmmakers. It was made by the guys who made the Harold and Kumar sequels, which were also awful. Disagree. I liked the Harold and Kumar movies. And J2H says Book of Love is easily one of the worst movies I've never seen. I've only seen the first one. I got that same set. Got it from Pam. Yeah, I heard there's going to be a new American Pie movie called like Girls Week or Girls Camp or something. So the other thing about this is the next movie that I have here is from Big Lots, as you can see, is Book of Love, which stars the girl who's on Two Broke Girls and is on The Neighborhood, Beth Bears. Also has Bug Hall, Rosanna Arquette, Eugene Levy was in all these movies, the straight to DVD American Pie movies. But what they've started doing is they've started slowly releasing the other American Pie direct to DVD movies on Blu-ray finally. But they're all MOD, so they're pretty expensive. Like I want to say Bandcamp came out, and there's another one coming out. But I'd like to eventually get them all just to have them. I do want to revisit them at some point because obviously when this came out, let's see. Anybody give me a release year on this? I don't see it back here. When did this come out, guys? Somebody help. 2009. So I was 25. So it was probably more my speed then. I wanted just a movie with attractive naked women and maybe not a lot of plot. But the other ones came out earlier because American Wedding was like 2004 ish, maybe. But yeah, so I was like in my 20s. I love these movies. This I don't really remember much. The other straight to DVD movies, I don't really remember what much, to be perfectly honest with you guys. But I'd like to own them all because I'm a completist, and the American Pie movies I always thought were kind of fun, personally. Next up is American Psycho, starring Christian Bale. Just an awesome movie based on a, is it Bret Easton Ellis that this is based on? His book, starring, like I said, Christian Bale, Willem Dafoe, Jared Leto, Josh Lucas, Chloe Sevigny, Justin Theroux, Reese Witherspoon. It's from 2000. A lot of people have seen this. This is probably one of the most common Blu-rays ever. One of the earliest Blu-rays as well. When's this? When was this put out? I want to say this was put out in like 2006. So this is like 14 years old. John Hines says, "Have you seen American Psycho 2 with Mila Kunis?" I have not. Yeah, if you guys love Huey Lewis in the News, this is a fun movie. Um, have you seen Tom Cruise and Legend, Savas? I have not. I do own Legend. I got that at Jake's one day on Blu-ray, so I do own it. I've never seen it. American Psycho is just a fun movie. We can do this. Am I doing it right, Joe? I can't tell. I'm waiting for it to show up on my TV. Nope, my glasses are showing. How about now? Uh, I don't know. So yeah, we got American Psycho. A lot of people have seen it. A lot of people own it. I'd be surprised if people in this never seen it. Wow. Bridge Cook says I've never seen it. Oh, yeah, American Psycho is a very popular classic, like 2000s movie. Next up, a movie that I think is pretty divisive. Directed by Clint Eastwood. This movie made a ton of money for an art. Jess, you've never seen American Psycho? Whoa. Oh, you got to check out American Psycho for sure. Ollie's never seen it either. So yeah, next up is a Clint Eastwood movie. This made a ton of money. Pretty controversial, like I said, when it came out, and that is American Sniper. This being my steelbook of American Sniper. This starring Bradley Cooper and Sienna Miller. Um, I really enjoyed this movie. It's about Chris Kyle, who's a real person. Oh man, excuse me. Movie Hunter says he loved it. Rice James says he loved it. Noah hasn't seen it but owns it. Martinez Joe says meh, he wasn't a huge fan. I really remember enjoying it. Like I said, I remember it had very long legs at the box office. It was in theaters for like months. It was doing very well. It's like I said, based on a true U.S. war story, based on Chris Kyle. Um, I remember enjoying it. I like the steelbook artwork though. Just Bradley Cooper there looking down, closing his eyes. Never seen it. Not a big war movie fan. Aubrey says. Zev says I own every movie shown so far. Trader says I watched 4 years ago. Need to rewatch. Yeah, when did this come out? It's gonna be. It's just a J card, so it doesn't say. I saw this when it came out on Blu-ray. I really enjoyed it. Pool table sending love from the UK. Thank you. Andrew says the fake baby kills me. Yeah, the fake baby's pretty bad in this movie, but besides that, it's pretty good. 2013 slash 2014. Wow, I didn't think it was that old. Joey Baseball says, "Do you have ugly dolls?" No, I don't. 2014 in the UK, the end of 2013 in the US. So yeah, American Sniper. Like I said, I love the steelbook of this, and I enjoyed the movie. I don't think Bridget has seen American Sniper. It doesn't seem like her type of flick. What we got? We're an hour in, and we got a bunch to talk about. All right. Next up, American Ultra, which we mentioned, I believe, in the last live stream because we were talking about Adventureland, which starred Jesse Eisenberg and Kristen Stewart. I saw this. I saw an early screening of this in theaters. It came out in 2015. I really enjoyed this in theaters. It was a fun, like, action, but there was humor in it. Stoner comedy. Besides the two leads, it also has Topher Grace, Connie Britton, Walton Goggins, John Leguizamo, Bill Pullman, Tony Hale. So a heck of a cast. This also has the slip, Blu-ray snob, so breathe easy. But I remember this being a really fun watch. Like I said, I've only seen it once though. I thought you were going to say you were talking about what a dirtbag Max Landis is. Mega podtastic. Said. Nope. Nope. What is it? It's written by Max Landis. Oh. Aubrey says, I wanted to like American Ultra, but it felt like something I've seen before. Maybe needs a rewatch. I've never seen it either, but it looks funny. Andrew's never seen it. I remember, like I said, I remember enjoying it, but I haven't watched it since I saw it at the early screening. So maybe I was wrong, but I remember liking it. I don't remember if I gave it a number grade or anything, but it was a fun watch in my opinion. I enjoyed it. Wow, we're up to 47 people. Thank you guys. The most have watched my live stream at one time so far. 47. I appreciate that. So American Ultra is a fun watch. Joey Baseball keeps asking the same question if they play themselves in the movie. I don't know. You have to watch and find out. Next up, what do we got here? Oh, a horror movie I really enjoy. I believe this is a very divisive horror movie. A lot of people don't like it. They feel like it should have never been remade. By the way, American Ultra is the last American movie in the American franchise, if you will. But the next movie is the Amityville Horror. Like I said, I remember really enjoying this. I remember being very creeped out by this film. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is the lead in it. Megapodtastic, remember when everyone hated Kristen Stewart? Now she's considered one of the most. Whoa, whoa. Who thinks she's one of the most talented actresses of their generation? I disagree with that greatly. I'm not saying she's awful, but she is not one of the greatest or most talented actresses of her generation. I highly disagree with that statement. I don't think she, yeah, I don't know who said that, but I totally disagree. J2H says, I enjoy this movie. Martinez Joe says, I like the OG more. Ollie says, don't like horror movies other than It, Quiet Place, and Doctor Sleep. Man, I've seen some of her indie movies, and I have not really been a fan of them. J2H says probably the same people think Shia LaBeouf is the most talented actor of this generation. I didn't say he's the most talented. I said he's one of the most talented, and I still stand by that statement. I remember when Ryan went method and scared the kids. Blu-ray Snob says Andrew and Draker haven't seen it. Martinez Joe says Kristen Stewart was great in Personal Shopper. I personally disagree with that statement. I was not a fan of that movie, but that's me personally. J2H says either way, no, and you're wrong. Okay. Okay. Once again, you're picking out one movie, J2H, and to be fair, he was probably the best part of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Look at all his other work, which you've probably never seen 90% of it, so you're judging, a book without reading it. But if you look at Shia LaBeouf's catalog, he's pretty damn good in what he's been in. So, oh my, what an idiot! Why am I an idiot? Anyway, Kristen Stewart was a great Joan Jett in The Runaways. I agree with that. So, what did Martinez? Yeah, here we go. He was great in Fury. He was great in The Greatest Game Ever Played. He was fantastic in Honey Boy. He was fantastic in Peanut Butter Falcon. But what do I know? Once again, Rick's not right. Man, Jacob, listening to Jacob has a podcast that he did 3 or 4 years ago with his buddies, and it's basically a group of friends sitting around. The first episode, there's a lot of talk about food. There's a lot of language in it, but I just listened to it, and Jacob and I know why we get along so well. Part of the expression, this is going to be a little PG-13, but Jacob and I bust each other's balls a lot. And I could definitely see Jacob and I, obviously, I'm like 10 years older than him, but I feel like we would have been in the same group of friends. We both love wrestling. And like, Jacob and I would have been best friends, like, if we grew up in the same area, in the same era, I think. Like, yeah. Jacob and I can just talk and bust each other's chops. And yeah. So he's pushing my buttons. He knows what he's doing. If you've never seen the movie Holes, you cannot judge Shia LaBeouf as an actor, Joey Baseball says. Board versus McEnroe, he was great. Anyway. Amityville Horror, I enjoy this movie. Jacob got quiet. Hopefully he's... Oh. Yeah. G2H says absolutely, especially consider our poop phone call yesterday. Yep. Jacob's one of the few people I actually talked to while I'm sitting on the toilet. True story. It wasn't meant to be. I didn't want him to call me at the time, but it was a very quick phone call. Yeah. Next up, outstanding documentary here, and that is Amy, about Amy Winehouse. This is from Dollar Tree. This is one of a few Canadian Blu-rays that I actually own. It has French on the back of it. But once again, if you look at the front, you'll see there's no French. Let's see. There's no French on the front there. And on the back, there is French. So it's the description of the movie in English, then in French. But on the spine, which is the most important, it just says Amy. There's no French on the spine. So this I didn't mind getting from Dollar Tree. Plus, it's hard to find in the US, honestly. Movie section says, great video, buddy. I love Amityville 3. It's so cheesy. I'm distracting J2H from doing payroll. Sorry, buddy. Ollie says, I have no interest in her, so I absolutely have no interest in watching it. Fair enough. Draker has the German Blu-ray. Movie Hunter says, never seen. Joey Baseball says, open Amy. Why would I open it? I'm not watching it right now. And I don't need to open it until I watch it. So Amy is a fantastic documentary. A very sad story, but a great documentary nonetheless. Next up, this was sent over to me from, wait, was it true? This was supposed to have Rebel Wilson as the lead. She'll be in the remake. Instead of being called Amy, it'll be called Fat Amy. So, Pitch Perfect joke, people. I'm not calling Rebel Wilson fat. It's her character. Next up, this was from Mill Creek. A very fun, cheesy 90s movie. I actually showed this to RJ. Him, Bridget, and I watched it. And it is Anaconda with Ice Cube, Jennifer Lopez, Jon Voight, and Eric Stoltz. Martinez Joe says, funny moment. Rick, the time you Zoom called me, I was in the bathroom, had to pinch it and get out of the bathroom. Oh, boy. Yeah, Joey Baseball is not interested in Amy. She's British, so he's out. Um, yeah, this is a fun, cheesy popcorn flick. I remember seeing this in the movies when I was like 13 with a group of buddies. Um, it's just fun. It's ridiculous. I don't think it holds up very well. A lot of it felt very like Sharknado-y to me on a rewatch. I want to say we watched it in the last year because it was definitely at this apartment. So um, Owen Wilson's also in it. It's just very corny. The snake looks very CGI, but it's a fun watch. I have like a bug bite on my ankle. I've been itching my ankle and now it's all red. I just put my can on there. Next up, what do we got here? Triple feature from Cash Converters. I believe I got this. Bridget was really wanted this. I personally have only seen one of these three movies, and that is Anastasia, Avatar, and Thumbelina. So it's a triple feature of animated movies. Like I said, Anastasia, Avatar, and Thumbelina. Um, so, like I said, I've only seen Avatar here. I haven't seen the other two. Um, but Bridget wanted this. It's something I was interested in getting for. It was only like 250 at Cash Converters. Um, Joey Baseball is trying to say that mosquitoes have coronavirus. That's fine. I don't think I have any mosquitoes in my apartment. I haven't been outside, but yeah, that's probably just a bug bite. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. Ferngully is great. You mean Ferngully? Yeah, Avatar, right here. Anastasia is wonderful, Jess says. Marie says, I watched Ferngully a ton as a kid. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, the only one of these I've seen is Avatar. I haven't seen Anastasia or Thumbelina. Um, but, I mean, if you guys want to not watch a movie that's Avatar, you should watch Ferngully because Avatar basically ripped off Ferngully and made it a CGI 3D movie that is Ferngully. So I support Ferngully. I don't support Avatar because Avatar just ripped this movie off. So got that. What's up next? I kept this because I bought this when it originally came out from Best Buy when it was a Best Buy exclusive. This is Anchorman, the first movie. There, the was the what Rich Mahogany Uncut Edition. But the reason I kept this version, and you'll see why I'm saying this version, is it has a bunch of cool like bonus stuff. So it has this book, The Many Months of Burgundy, which is just a fun like. It's supposed to look like his like black book kind of, and it has all sorts of funny notes and jokes and stuff. And then the other cool thing, as a card collector back in the day, it came with this pack of Anchorman cards that were the same in every package, but it's like a 12 card set. I kept the pack sealed because I really think it's a cool set. Like I said, I kept this because of the bonus stuff with it. Martinez Joe says don't enjoy it's not funny to me. See, I love the first Anchorman. The second Anchorman, not so much, but the first one, I'm a big fan of. So it's the Best Buy exclusive. It's a 2-disc set, tons of bonus features on here. Like there's 2 versions of the movie. There's all sorts of like tons of bonus features. So do you think Robin Williams would have been asked to reprise the genie in the live action Aladdin if he was still alive? Hands down, yes. Joey Baseball says, I like the first Anchorman. I like the part where Jack Black kicks the puppy off the bridge. Dude. Crazy Joe says he liked the second Anchorman better. I think you're the only person I've ever heard say that they like Anchorman 2 more than Anchorman 1. J2H says Anchorman makes Anchorman 2 look like a dumpster fire. I agree with that. Um, I got the Anchorman Steelbook for free. I still think I paid too much. Yeah. So, yeah, Joe, you're the first person I've ever heard say that. And a lot of times we disagree and it's funny, but I dude, I could not disagree with you more on that. Anchorman 2 is brutal. But I have this here, which is a steelbook with Ron Burgundy's beautiful mustache and the news crew there, and it is Anchorman 1 and 2 in a steelbook. I got this really inexpensively, and it was a way to keep both movies. I was going to get rid of this back in the day, but it's just such a cool set that I can't get rid of it. And this, I love the artwork on it, so I have them both in my collection. Like I said, I'll never rewatch the second movie again. I watched it twice, and that was 2 times too many. But as a purist, as a completist, and a steelbook fan, I'm keeping that. Next up, what is this? I believe this is a Dollar Tree flick that I've never watched. I know it's a Dollar Tree flick. Put to your face thumbnail. Hold on. Gotta do. Wait. I'm Ron Burgundy. I'm Ron Burgundy. Keep it classy, Santiago. Go. I don't know. No. That would be an R-rated live stream. Maybe I'll do an R-rated live stream one day. I'll just make it not for kids. You have to be 17 or 18 to come in the live stream. So next up, like I said, a Dollar Tree movie I have not watched. It stars Diane Keaton, Michael Douglas. I do not know much about it, and so it goes. Has anyone ever seen this? I've not seen it. I really can't tell you much about it. Yeah. Anyone? Martinez Joe says good flick. I like it. Oh, he says no, but I want to see it. Good movie. Yeah, so I'll have to check this out at some point with Bridget. Have yet to see it. So I'm going to speed these up a tiny little bit because I got 9 more movies to talk about, and I should have ended the live stream 3 minutes ago. Bridget's hanging back in the bedroom, and I told her I would be an hour and 15 minutes. So we'll go through this last stack, pick a movie out of the hat, and wrap it up. Next up is Anger Management. I got this at Book Warehouse for like $2. Ignore that $7. They had like 5 movies for $10. I remember really liking this, but I haven't watched it. I don't think RJ would like this one, so that's why I haven't showed it to RJ. Obviously, you have Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson, but you also have Marissa Tomei, Luis Guzman, Woody Harrelson, and John Turturro. So yeah, I have not seen this in a very long time. Like I said, it's not RJ appropriate, so at least I don't think so. I'll have to search, but I'm pretty sure RJ would not like this, and I feel like it's a little too mature for him. So Anger Management, that's one of the Adam Sandler's not so great early movies before he started doing. Oh crap! All his Netflix movies. Next up, this fell down the couch cushion. This should have been. Wow, this should have been after Anaconda. So analyze this and that, which I got for $3 from. It looks like probably either a Dollar General or a food store. I really love Analyze This. I don't know if I ever saw Analyze That. If I did, I might have watched it once. Maybe. I feel like I saw them both. I know Analyze This is directed by Harold Ramis. No, they both were. I've probably seen both, but these are fun, like gangster comedy movies. I enjoyed them. Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro together are really funny. Lisa Kudrow's in these movies. Yeah, but I like these. Yeah, I think it's a fun set. Um, I enjoy the movies. They're not fantastic, like they're not like Oscar award winning movies. But if you like gangster movies, if you like comedy movies, um, Martinez Joe says I still have the snappers of them both. Always wondered about these movies. Constantly see them in big lots. I would pick it up if they were cheap. What? Oh, Sav, you and your risque sayings. Next up, Angry Birds. Well, the Angry Birds movie. I almost called it Angry Birds the movie. Um, I thought the movie was funny. I never saw Angry Birds 2 because RJ kind of grew out of the Angry Birds. The reason we had this is because RJ and I went and saw this in the movies and he really liked it. And he was really into the Angry Birds when he was younger. Um, like I said, I don't think I've watched this since rewatching it with him probably 5 years ago. When's this from? 16? 15? 16. So it's probably been like almost 4 years since I've rewatched this. Um, I don't remember, like I said, loving this. Martinez just says good film. Gary liked it. Need to upgrade to 4K 3D version. Oh, excuse me. Marie says they're both good. I've seen them both. Movie Hunter hasn't seen them. Not Andrew's cup of tea. Take it easy, Sev. Like I said, I'm gonna finish up these couple movies and then pick a movie out of the hat and then get to watching. So, Angry Birds movie. Like I said, not a huge fan, but I own it for RJ, even though I don't know if he has interest in it anymore. Next up is a movie I really enjoy. This was also from Book Warehouse. It stars Donnie Wahlberg, Jordana Brewster, Shy McBride, Tyrese, and James Franco, and it's Annapolis. I remember really loving this movie, but once again, a movie I watched when I was younger, as it's from. This is an old Disney release, so this came out in 2006, but the movie's from before that, I believe. So, Annapolis, I remember really loving though. Like I said, been a while since I've seen it, but I got this for $2 as well from um, Book Warehouse. So next up, we've talked about this one. I believe a lot of comments in the video that I showed this off. It is another stakeout. I've never seen either stakeout movie. I actually think it's on HBO right now or Hulu. So I'll have to try to watch that so I can watch this at some point. But yeah, I Bridget recommended we get this. The cast is really good. You got Rosie O'Donnell, Emilio Estevez, and I kept referring to Richard Dreyfuss as Paul Newman, and a lot of you guys corrected me. I kept repeating it like Paul Newman, Paul Newman. That's Richard Dreyfuss. That is not Paul Newman. Um, Martinez Joe says funny film. First one is better. That one has passed me by. I've never seen. Movie Hunter says, oh, I forgot to give Annapolis the rub. Are there any more sealed ones? There aren't. Hold on. There. I haven't been giving them the rub. I've just been trying to get through them because I'm running long. So we got another stakeout. Like I said, I've never seen it or the original. Next up, classic Tom Hanks, Apollo 13. There's not much that could be said about this movie. It's a classic. Tom Hanks is fantastic. Bill Paxton, Kevin Bacon, Gary Sinise, Ed Harris. A classic movie. A lot of people love this. There's not a lot of hate for Apollo 13. You're right, Joe. That is what she said, sir. Martinez Joe says good film. Yeah, so the R-rated live stream idea is possible, not next week, because next week's a big question mark because RJ will be here. I might only do one live stream next week. I just got to figure out when I can do it. But then maybe the following week, either Tuesday or Thursday, I'll do an R-rated live stream. I think that'd be fun. So Apollo 13, um, yeah, there's not much to say about it. It's a great movie. Next up, I got this from a Facebook Marketplace haul. It is Argo, the movie that won Best Picture, and Ben Affleck wasn't nominated for Best Director. Yeah, see, I'm not sure how to do that, J2H, and because I'm not on a laptop, I can't allow uncensored chats. I'll have to, I don't know, maybe I won't, I don't know. I remember getting this, I was all angry because the slipcover is absolutely destroyed. But the movie, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, even the case underneath it is really messed up, and the artwork got messed up. It was factory sealed when I bought it, so for the price I got it for, I just figured I'd deal with it. But a fantastic cast, a great movie. Like I said, Best Picture winner. Um, the cast in this is awesome. You have Bryan Cranston, Ben Affleck, Alan Alda. Alan Alda? Yeah, Alan Arkin, not Alan Alda. Alan Arkin, John Goodman. Who am I forgetting? Those are the big four. Argo was good. Crazy based on a real story. Started but never finished. Got bored. Argo was good, but not all world. Down the movie. Hard R. Be aware. Turn it around when you put it on the shelf. Oh, yeah. The other side of the slip's all right, but it doesn't. I'm not like that where I would flip it because of that. I'm not like that. So yeah, Argo. It would actually bother me more if I knew in my head that the wrong side was facing out. Three more guys. Next up, the Disney classic movie The Aristocats, which I'm sure will be remade with live action cats in the next 2 to 3 years. The Aristocats is a great classic animated Disney movie. Great music as always. You got the Aristocats, you got Scales and Arpeggios, Thomas O'Malley Cat, Everybody Wants to Be a Cat. Some great songs. Like I said, this movie is old. It is, what is this? I was hoping it would have like what anniversary it is. This is an old Disney film. I forget what year it's from. I wish I had a way to like look up what year stuff was from because my phone's doing the live stream. But Aristocats is old. A lot of people haven't seen it, but yeah, my sister was a huge fan of this movie when I was a kid, so I watched it a lot when I was younger. But yeah, really good music. I think it's a great story. Movie Hunter says not much of an animation fan of anything past '99. Marie hasn't seen it either. Next up is a movie that won't be in my collection for much longer. Spoiler alert for a future unboxing. Arrival on Blu-ray. I'm actually going to be selling this because I'm upgrading this to 4K as I love Arrival. It was one of my favorites of 2016 when it came out. Like I said, I upgraded this to 4K, which I'll be getting in the mail next week. Spoiler for a video you guys will probably see in like a month plus. I love this movie. A lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people, I love this movie. A lot of people didn't really enjoy the movie. They thought it was boring and just kind of meh. J2H says Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams. I got to see this. I agree. Movie Hunter says it was great. He says he loved it. Martinez Joe says amazing film. Movie section says great movie. Noah says I thought it was boring. There you go. There's what I mean. Andrew says I want to see. Love Amy Adams. Amy Adams is so hot, says Ethan. So yeah, Arrival. I'm upgrading to 4K, so I'll be selling this version with the slipcover there. So that'll be sold soon. And yeah, it also has Forest Whitaker. Yeah, Forrest Whitaker. So, Arrival. I'll put that the opposite way because it's getting sold. And then last but not least, a very this was a very surprising movie. How much I enjoyed it. I bought it from the Walmart that was going out of business that Dave and I went to. I went to on my birthday, and then Dave, me, and John went when they lowered everything to 75% off. This movie was such a pleasant surprise, and that is The Art of Self Defense, a movie I was not expecting to be anything special. I was expecting it to be another independent, weird, just meh movie, and this surprised me so much. Such a fun watch. A very dark comedy. And the other cool thing about this movie is it has this cool reversible artwork here, which I love because I love doing reverse artwork when I like, because the standard artwork is this movie here. So I flip the artwork because it's different, and this movie is a pleasant surprise. Um, what's your best movie going experience? Not so much best movie you saw, but the most fun you ever had. Probably when I saw either 8 Mile or when I saw Jackass in theaters, were two of the most memorable experiences I've ever had in the movie theater. Off my radar, always forget about it. Martinez Joe says, never seen it. Looks cool. Movie section says, I really enjoyed it. It's very it's like a violent, profane Napoleon Dynamite in a way, sort of. Uh, uh, JJ says, does anyone know if Justice League Apocalypse War's out or comes out Tuesday? I don't know because I haven't made my list for next Tuesday's live stream. Um, J2, probably the HJ I got during Horton Hears a Who. I guess that would be memorable. Pool Table says, bye, Rick. Have a great week times 10. Thank you very much. Like I said, guys, Art of Self Defense is a fun movie, but is very R rated. It is very gory and lots of profanity, but a fun movie. And we're done, guys. Like I said, we've been going an hour and 33 minutes, way, way longer than I wanted it to go. And we got the hat, guys. We got the hat of movies. So we're going to pick out what the first movie Bridget and I will be watching today. We got a paper. The first movie today looks like a Hulu movie. It's going to be Captain Fantastic. I've never seen this. Has been on my wish list for a while. Not wish list, watch list. And definitely want to check this one out. Really have been knocking off a lot of Hulu movies I wanted to see. Stuff on Hulu that I necessarily don't want to blind buy. Captain Fantastic stars Viggo Mortensen. I believe he was nominated for an Oscar for the movie. Movie Hunter, Martinez Joe, I've never heard of it. J2H is it. Yeah, I remember Viggo Mortensen's the lead. That's all I remember. Ugly Dolls isn't in the hat, man. It's not going to be in the hat. There's way too many other things I want to watch than some crappy cartoon movie that I have no interest in. So, John Hines says great movie, only on Blu-ray. So yeah, Captain Fantastic is today's first movie. Like I said, I still got 12 more movies in the hat, and I believe I have another 20, 25 movies written or ready to add to the hat, whatever we don't watch before Sunday when we get RJ. So we got today, tomorrow, Saturday, and then early Sunday to watch movies. So probably another 8 to 10 movies we'll get to watch. The hat will be pretty empty, and then we'll load it back up. So that's it, guys. Like I said, this is going about 20 minutes longer than it was supposed to. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Weird fluctuations in the live stream today. It got up to 47 earlier in the room. Got up to 24 likes, which is awesome. Big shout out to Bradshaw Studio for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that very much. I love like, yeah. What do we got here? Um, are you still having fun watching all the movies? Andrew says, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's tough just sitting around all day watching the movies, but when you're not supposed to leave the house, I might as I'm glad I have all the movies here to watch and enjoy, and I have so much I want to watch. Movie Hunter says, "What a great morning video from Megapodtastic live stream from Rick, and the mailman just showed up." Yeah, like I said, if you guys want Megapodtastic, just uploaded a video this morning. Him and I had a conversation last week. I thought it was a very fun live stream, not live stream, phone call. I think we had a very good conversation. Also, the new Megapodtastic, the all new Megapodtastic podcast comes out tomorrow, available on iTunes, Amazon Alexa, so many different things. It's me, I'm the guest with Jacob, J2H, and Crazy Joe, Megapodtastic. So that is cool. Keep an eye out for that. It was very fun. It's like an hour and a half of good conversations. Um, um, John Hine, you said thanks for entertaining me while I list stuff on eBay. Email me, or Facebook message me your eBay. I'll check out what you have on there. Rice James says, "Do you like Three Men and Baby and the second one?" Yeah, I enjoyed those movies. It's been a long time since I've seen them, but no packages today. Bummer for me. Jacob, your package was supposed to come yesterday, and when I looked it up, it said that um, it's going to be late. So I have to track that today and see if it's coming. Um, Hopefully it shows up. One more question for you guys. So Tuesday during the live stream, I got a bit freaked out because apparently my sound went out. It was very crackly. I assume since nobody has said anything today, the audio was fine, because there was even issues when I did the live stream or the podcast with Joe and Jacob, where they said that like my voice would kind of go in and out a little bit. So what were there any? Okay, Jacob saying sound is fine. Yeah, the post office is horrible right now, guys. Um, the post office has been bad. Martinez Joe has packages that have gone all the way out to California when they should be going up north, northeast. Um, you know, I've had to refund 3 eBay buyers because they haven't gotten their stuff after like 3.5 weeks. So the audio is fine today. That's good to hear. Rice says, "How long do you think Disney Plus will last?" It's not going away anytime soon. It's here to stay. 54.5 million subscribers right now, so it's not going anywhere. And that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. Like I said, I've been talking an hour and 40 minutes, and I'm ready to watch a movie. I'm ready to eat some food. Um, I'm ready to go. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Thank you to Bradshaw Studio for that super chat. J2H says, "Face for radio, that's for sure." It's true, but you love this face. This is the money maker, okay? What? What? Right? Tell me you guys aren't just all like, "Oh, Ricky's so hot right now." So that's it, guys. As always, until next time, who's down to movie? John Hines down to movie.